Alright Canada, before you step outside this Sunday morning, you need to hear this: February is not starting quietly. While some parts of the country are enjoying almost spring-like temperatures, others are staring down the barrel of major winter impacts, including heavy snow, strong winds, and dangerous travel conditions. This is one of those classic Canadian weather setups where the country is split in two, and the contrast could not be sharper. Let's start with the big picture as we move into Sunday, February 1st. A powerful storm system is organizing to the south and east, and its influence is going to grow rapidly as we move through Sunday night into Monday. Confidence continues to increase that Atlantic Canada will be the main target, with Nova Scotia and Newfoundland at the center of this developing winter storm. At the same time, Western Canada is telling a completely different story. British Columbia and Alberta are sitting under a much milder air mass, and for early February, these temperatures are well above seasonal norms. So while some of you are dealing with snow shovels and whiteouts, others are dealing with rain jackets and sunglasses. That's Canada in February. Let's talk about Sunday conditions first, before the storm really ramps up. Across British Columbia, the pattern remains unsettled but mild. Southern coastal areas, including Vancouver and Vancouver Island, are dealing with cloudy skies and periods of rain. Temperatures are staying in the high single digits to low double digits, which is very mild for this time of year. Snow levels remain elevated, so most of the snow will stay confined to higher elevations and mountain passes. Interior sections will see a mix of cloud and light precipitation, but nothing extreme for Sunday. Moving into Alberta, Sunday is actually shaping up to be a very nice winter day. Calgary, Lethbridge, and much of southern Alberta are enjoying highs well above freezing. Sunshine breaks through at times, and winds remain relatively light. This is one of those rare early February setups where Alberta gets a break while the rest of the country struggles. The Prairies, however, are dealing with a sharp temperature contrast. Manitoba and Saskatchewan remain locked in colder air. Winnipeg stays below freezing with a noticeable wind chill, especially early in the day. Light snow lingers in spots, and while snowfall amounts are not extreme, visibility can be reduced at times due to wind and blowing snow. Now let's shift east, because this is where February starts making noise. Across Ontario and Quebec, Sunday remains cold but relatively quiet for most areas. Southern Ontario sees a mix of sun and cloud, with temperatures staying well below freezing. Any lingering lake effect snow continues to weaken, especially as winds shift. Quebec remains firmly in winter mode, with cold temperatures and mostly dry conditions, though clouds increase later in the day as the next system approaches. But all eyes are on Atlantic Canada, because that's where the forecast becomes high impact. Sunday starts deceptively calm across Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland. There will be sunshine in some areas, especially early in the day, and this may give a false sense of security. By Sunday afternoon, clouds thicken rapidly, and by Sunday evening, conditions begin to deteriorate. The storm system approaching from the south taps into Atlantic moisture while cold air remains firmly in place at the surface. This is a classic setup for heavy, prolonged snowfall combined with strong winds. For Nova Scotia, snow is expected to begin Sunday evening, becoming heavier overnight. As we move into Monday, snowfall intensifies, and this is when impacts really ramp up. Widespread accumulations of 15 to 30 centimeters are possible, with higher totals in parts of Cape Breton. Strong northeast winds gusting between 70 and 90 kilometers per hour will create blowing snow and near-zero visibility at times. For Newfoundland, especially eastern and northeastern sections, this system could be even more intense. Snowfall totals in the 30 to 40 centimeter range are possible, and wind gusts could exceed 90 kilometers per hour in exposed coastal areas. Blizzard-like conditions are a real possibility, particularly around St. John's and nearby communities. Travel conditions across Atlantic Canada late Sunday night into Monday will be dangerous to impossible at times. Roads will become snow-covered quickly, visibility will drop sharply, and power outages are possible due to the combination of heavy snow and strong winds. Prince Edward Island and parts of southern New Brunswick will also see significant impacts, though totals may be slightly lower depending on the exact track of the storm. Even a small shift north or south could change snowfall amounts dramatically, which is why this system continues to be closely monitored. Now let's talk about Monday, February 2nd, because this is the peak impact day. Across Atlantic Canada, Monday morning is expected to be extremely challenging. Snow continues to fall heavily across Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, with strong winds maintaining blowing snow conditions. This will severely impact the Monday morning commute, and in many areas, travel should be avoided altogether. Meanwhile, central and eastern Canada remain cold. Ontario and Quebec stay below freezing, with increasing clouds and a chance of light snow in northern regions. The cold air is not going anywhere quickly, and February is making it clear that winter still has plenty of fuel left. Out west, Monday continues the mild trend. British Columbia remains unsettled with rain along the coast and snow in the mountains. Alberta stays relatively warm, though temperatures begin to cool slightly as we head deeper into the week. Looking beyond Monday into midweek, the storm gradually pulls away from Atlantic Canada, but lingering snow and gusty winds may persist into Tuesday, especially for Newfoundland. Conditions slowly improve by midweek, but cleanup and recovery will take time. Temperature-wise, February is not offering a quick warm-up for eastern Canada. While western regions continue to enjoy milder conditions, the east stays locked in below normal temperatures with frequent cold nights and limited sunshine. So to sum it up, February 1st marks a turning point. The west remains mild and relatively calm, but Atlantic Canada is facing one of the more significant winter systems of the season, with heavy snow, strong winds, and major travel impacts expected late Sunday through Monday. If you're in the storm-affected areas, now is the time to prepare. Make sure you have supplies ready, check travel plans, and stay tuned for updates as this system continues to evolve. I'll be watching this storm closely and bringing you the latest as conditions change. Stay safe, stay warm, and welcome to February, Canada.